Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Tech. What is this channel called? Blind Tech Adventures. That's what it's called. I'm going to go ahead and check my levels here on YouTube real quick before I get going with this. So if you are watching this, that's what I'm doing here. Okay, seems like they're okay. All right. The reason that I'm here is that in the latest version of Windows Insider build, this is for insiders at the moment, 22,543 Windows 11 Insider build. There are some new voices that have been added for narrator users, which is exciting. I am very excited about this personally, and really happy that Microsoft has done this because I've just felt like we need some change to the voices. And these voices aren't, I don't know that they're necessarily new, but they are new for consumer builds of Windows. And again, I'm very happy that Microsoft has brought these voices. At the present time, when you do turn on Narrator, you are asked if you'd like to download these voices, and you can choose to download them. And the process is a bit different than what you're used to with other voices. Narrator also has a different section now for voices, where one of them states, let me pull it up here, tell you exactly what it says here. You can add natural voices or legacy voices. There are two natural voices, and those are Jenny and Aria. Those are the two voices that are available. And yeah, I think they're pretty good. I'm going to give you a sample of what they sound like, and then I'm going to describe some issues that I'm running into with these voices, mostly for Microsoft staff, but for anyone else who wants to try this, I'd be interested in getting your feedback as well. And yeah, so let's go ahead and share my screen, and we will there we go. Okay.
Stop sharing button.
So I've gone ahead and shared my screen, and what I'm going to do is, this is the Jenny voice. So I will go back to a document that I wrote up just with some different types of sentences, and I will have Jenny read this. This is not as fast as I normally would have it, but I don't have it super slow either. I'm trying to balance it where I want to make sure that some of you who like slower rates can understand it, but mostly for those who like faster speech rates, to know that you are able to speed this up and to tell what it kind of sounds like at, I don't know, I guess this is like an intermediate speech rate. This isn't super fast.
StreamYard, Google, asterisk Untitled, Milk, Rich Edit Control, Editing.
Here we go. So I just wrote this quick document up. There's just to sound what it sounds like. So I'm going to go ahead and start reading this document.
Hello, my name is Nimer. This is a test. I am hoping this works well. Let's see what happens when I read this text. I hope this works. How are you? Are you enjoying this video? Do you like how I asked many questions? Narrator is great. It is improving so much. And these voices are amazing too. Thank you, Microsoft, for all you are doing. Let's see. I want to see how these voices handle commas, so I will insert a few, because sentences that run on with many commas are great, except that they can be difficult to read. And we shouldn't want to make things more difficult for users. This is a quote. I wonder what narrator voices do when it reads things in parentheses, like this text, for instance.
Okay. So I've just tried a few different things here. This is by no means a comprehensive list of things that narrator should pronounce.
End of line. Closing. End of line.
I'll just add a couple of sentences with apostrophes.
Space pass. Single quote.
There we go. And let's read this last sentence here.
I'm excited about Narrator and its future. Thank you. It's great to have these voices.
There we go. Okay. So just got a few sentences here with some apostrophes, parentheses, quotations, commas, periods, some basic things like that. And, I didn't, I don't think I added anything with dashes or anything like that. There's definitely things I'm missing here, but this kind of gives a reasonably decent idea. Now,
Hello.
I'm going to start with the positives. My I was delighted that this voice actually pronounces my name correctly, and I know my name isn't really spelled in a way that it should be pronounced correctly. It is spelled Nimer, and most screen readers will say Nimer and or Nimer, and I'm so delighted that this one pronounces my name. So Microsoft, you get a gold star for that. Now that's just a little thing. It's not a big deal, but still good to have my name pronounced correctly. So thank you so much for that. I also really think that this scales well at faster speech rates. And what I mean by that is some higher quality voices, they just don't speed up very well. This one does, and it seems to be pretty natural sounding. Definitely is, it sounds pretty decent at a faster speech rate, which I really like. I'm going to go ahead and start nitpicking a little bit, and these are probably going to be preferences, not so much what everyone prefers, but these are my own personal preferences. One of the things I notice is that every time it starts a sentence, it starts at a very high pitch. So, as an example,
Blank. Hello.
hello
Hello, my name is Nimer. This is a test. I am hoping this works.
says, this is a test. My name is whatever. I am hoping, la 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 la. By the way, I don't have the capital setting turned on. I would like to turn that capital setting on, but there's a maybe feature, maybe bug. What I would like the capital setting to do is indicate capital letters at a higher pitch or by saying cap only when I'm moving by character. But Narrator does not have that granularity. This is a different issue than that of the voices. Unfortunately, when you turn on capitalization, what Narrator tends to do is it will start indicating capitalization even when you're just reading a document or in a dialogue box or something like that. And I think in my brain that's a little bit too much information, but I do want to have capitalization when I am simply wanting to get that information, like reading character by character or something like that. And then again, if you're reading Braille or something like that, you kind of get the capitalization anyway. And if you're a print reader, you just automatically know when something's capitalized. So Narrator probably works in a more realistic way to reading things with vision. But I guess I'm just a little bit more used to how other screen readers handle capitalization in that way. So I've got an issue with this voice in terms of that, where the pitch is a little bit higher, even without that capitalization setting at the beginning of sentences. I also have.
Hello. Hello, my name is Nimer. This is a test. I am hoping this works well. Let's see what happens when I read this text. I hope this works. How are you? Are you enjoying this video? Do you like...
In that sentence, I hope this works. Hope is kind of even a little higher punctuation than the higher punctuation of the sentence start, which I'm not really quite sure why.
Blank. How are you? Are you... My name is Nimer. This is a test. Blank. End of period. Work. That. Hope. Cap. I. Hope. That works. Period.
So this is just a sentence. I hope this works. Period. And it kind of reads that as
work. This. Hope. Blank. My name is Nimer. This is a test. I am hoping this works well. Let's see what happens when I read this text. I hope this works.
I hope this works. Kind of a higher pitch.
Blank. My name is Nimer. This is a test. I am hoping this works.
I am hoping. Like there's a higher pitch there. Like I am hoping. It's little things like that that kind of, we can't get a perfectly a voice that pronounces everything perfectly. But this is. I would like to see that that higher pitch at the beginning come down, or maybe a setting added so that it didn't inflect so much.
Blank. How are you? Are you enjoying this video? Do you like how I ask many questions?
So the question, how are you?
How are you? Question mark.
Is a question, and it kind of reads it as a sentence. Says, how are you? I would like to maybe have it like, oh, how are you? Or how are you? It doesn't read it that way.
How are you?
It says like, how are you?
How are you? Are you enjoying this video? Do you like...
And then, are you enjoying this video? That sounds more like a question.
Blank. How are you? Are you enjoying this video? Do you like how I ask many questions?
Do you like how I ask many questions? Blank. That one, again, it didn't have that emphasis at the end that I would have thought it might have. I don't know if it was just because it's the last sentence there.
End of question mark. End of line.
Should I write another question? Let's just test this out here.
Blank. My name is blank. How are you? Are you enjoying this video? Do you like how I ask many questions? Should I write another question?
Yeah. So it seems like when there's a question at the very end of a sentence, that question is at a low pitch as compared to any other questions that are kind of at a higher pitch. It's a little bit strange to me.
Blank. Narrator is great. It is improving so much. And these voices are amazing too. Thank you, Microsoft, for all you are doing. Blank. Let's see. I want to see how these voices handle commas, so I will insert a few because sentences.
So the second sentence as well. I want to see. That is a really high pitch as well.
Let's see. I want to see how these voices handle commas, so I will insert a few because sentences
Just
that run on
kind
with
of-
many commas are great, except that they can be difficult to
I
read.
don't know.
And we shouldn't want to make things more difficult for users. Blank. This is a quote. Blank. I wonder what narrator voices do when it reads things in parenthesis, like this text, for instance.
The pauses seem pretty good, and I do have pauses for punctuation enabled. Let's just go through my narrator settings so you have an idea of how I have them set.
Settings window. Narrator toggle switch on. Show all settings button collapse. Show all settings. Start narrator before sign. Start narrator. Keyboard shortcut for narrator toggle switch on. Show all settings button collapsed. Narrator. Show all open button open. Show narrator home when narrator starts. Open button complete. Choose a voice. Microsoft Jenny natural English United States combo box.
Okay, that's my voice.
Show all settings button collapsed. Show all speed slider at 17.
So I have it at 17. It
8,
can
9,
go
20.
all the way up to 20,
Pitch, speed slider at 20. Show all settings button expanded.
which is normally what I have it set to. I would actually like to see this faster, but 20 is fine. That's what
Speed
I have
slider
it
at 20.
set to.
19, 18. 17.
So I'll go bring it back down a little bit.
Pitch slider at 10. Volume slider at 100. Pitch slider at 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19.
The
20.
pitch settings don't seem to work past
Volume. Pitch slider at 20. 19. 8. 7. 6. Volume. Pitch slider at 15. 14.
about
13.
14.
14.
There's no difference in pitch. So that's an issue with these as well.
13. 12. 11. 10. 9.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And again, similar with the lower pitch, there's no difference after about 5
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6,
or 6 even.
5, 6, 5, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah, 5 and 6 sound about the
5.
same.
Volume. Pitch slider at 6. Volume. Pitch slider at 6.
Maybe 5 is a little lower.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
But if I go
0.
from 5 to 0,
Volume. Pitch slider at 0.
there's really not much of a difference.
Volume slider at 1. Pitch slider at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Volume slider at 100. Pitch slider at 5.
So that's 5.
6. Volume slider at 100. Pitch slider at 6.
So there it starts to go up a little.
7. Volumes. Pitch slider at 7.
But there's a kind of a dramatic increase at that
8.
point, right?
Volume. Pitch slider at 8. 9. Volume. Pitch slider at 10. Volume. Pitch slider at 10.
And that's 10.
Volume slider at 1. Add button. Add more button. Add legacy. Lower the more button. Add legacy voices. Lower the volume of other apps. Narrator audio output device.
I have audio ducking
Lower
off.
the volume of other apps when narrator is speaking. Toggle switch off. Narrator audio output device. Default audio device. Combo box. 3 all control details. Combo box. Show all settings button collapsed. Show all emphasize formatted text checkbox unchecked.
So formatted text I have turned off.
Read phonetically when reading by character checkbox checked.
I have this phonetically reading by character. That one has an issue, and I don't remember if I'd have to compare with other voices whether or not. The issue basically is that it's reading phonetically very quickly. There's no pause in between the letter and the phonetics. I would like to see maybe a 2 or 3 second pause so that you didn't need to hear the phonetics in addition to the letter.
Asterisk
So
untitled.
as an example, let's see
Set
here.
read phonetic. Asterisk pane.
Oh, we got the pain bug back.
File menu I rich edit control. My name is Nim
There we
blank.
go.
Cap M Mike Y Yankee space and November A Alpha M Mike E Echo.
So I don't know. I'd rather have a little bit of a pause there. Have it read the letter and then maybe introduce, I don't know, 2,000 millisecond pause or 3,000 millisecond pause, something like that. Or, even a 1,000 millisecond pause might be good.
Settings. Read phonetically when reading.
But
Pause slightly when reading punctuation checks checked.
so I have this setting on.
Read advanced details like help text on buttons and other. Don't announce combo box collapsed. Change how capitalized text is read.
So yeah, so this one is set to don't announce.
2. Immediate context. Combo box collapsed. Context level for buttons and controls. Show all settings button collapsed. Show all read hints on how to interact with buttons and other controls checkbox unchecked.
I guess this is another bug where I think I've changed it so it reads state first and then the details, but it seems to not do that for all controls.
Tell me why. Read hints on how to interact with buttons and other controls checkbox unchecked.
So that's a different bug though. But I have hints off.
Tell me why actions can't be performed checkbox unchecked.
I have this one off. I have any help stuff off.
Play sounds instead of announcements for common actions checkbox checked.
I have sounds on.
After controls combo box collapsed. Tell me details about buttons and other controls.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Tell me details after buttons and controls. It doesn't seem to work very well because there's a lot of places where that doesn't actually work.
Show all settings button collapsed. Show all setting. Letters, numbers, and punctuation checkbox unchecked. Words checkbox unchecked. Function keys checkbox unchecked. Arrow, tab, and other navigation keys checkbox unchecked. Toggle keys like caps lock and number lock checkbox checked. Shift, alt, and other modifier keys checkbox on caps lock or insert. Show all settings.
Let's
Untouch
see,
keyboard.
is there
Show all
anything
settings.
else
Show all.
here?
Lock the narrator key so I don't have to untouch keyboards. Activate keys when I read and interact with the screen using the mouse. Toggle switch off. Standard combo box collapse.
I don't think there's anything else in here that impacts the voice.
Show the move like sync the normal more button.
Okay, so that's kind of my feedback for Jenny. Now I'm going to switch to Aria.
Sync get image.
By the way, I think Jenny is the one I prefer.
Automatic. Open. Get help.
Aria just sounds strange to me.
Give feedback. Nimer Jabber. Search box. Accessibility. Narrator. Show all settings. Start narrator app. Keyboard shortcut. Show all setting.
Let's
Open
see,
button. Open. Show narrator home link. Open
voices.
button. Choose a voice. Show all. Choose a voice. Microsoft Aria. Natural. English. United States. 2 of 7. Selected.
There we go. So now we've got Aria. And let's see
Microsoft.
here.
Microsoft.
Yep, just show you. There's no other voices.
Microsoft.
So it's this one
Microsoft Aria.
or Aria.
Microsoft Jenny. Natural.
This is Jenny or Aria. That's one we have.
Show all.
Okay. So I'm going to switch back to my document and I'll have it read the document.
Asterisk untitled. Rich edit control. Edit blank. Hello. Hello, my name is Nimer. This is a test. I am hoping this works well. Let's see what happens when I read this text. I hope this works. How are you? Are you enjoying this video? Do you like how I ask many questions? Should I write another question? Narrator is great. It is improving so much. And these voices are amazing too. Thank you, Microsoft, for all you are doing. Let's see. I want to see how these voices handle commas. So I will insert a few, because sentences that run on with many commas are great, except that they can be difficult to read. And we shouldn't want to make things more difficult for users. This is a quote. I wonder what narrator voices do when it reads things in parentheses, like this text, for instance. I'm excited about narrator and its future. Thank you. It's great to have these voices.
So there again, there's kind of a lot of inflection that's all over the place, and it seems to even be a little bit more jarring with this voice, and I'm not sure it's just the voice. It's my own perception. It's my own ability to tolerate the voice. I don't quite know, and I know voices are very preferential, but this is kind of interesting in that
Hello.
the inflections are all over the place. Sometimes higher pitches are in the middle of sentences, and sometimes they're like it's trying too hard to be natural. I would almost rather this voice lose a lot of inflection and kind of just stay more flat. I don't know. Maybe not completely flat, but certainly a lot less inflection. I would like to be able to adjust that inflection.
Hello, my name is Nimer. This is a test.
My name is Nimer. That's kind of a big drop off in pitch there in that sentence.
Blank. My name is Nimer.
My name is Nimer.
Blank. How are you? Are you enjoying this video? Do you like how I ask many questions? My name is Nimer. This is a test. I am hoping this works well.
I'm hoping. Hoping is like very high pitch.
Blank. My name is Nimer. This is a test. I am hoping this works well. Let's see what happens when I read this text. I hope.
Let's see what happens when I read this text. I'm not sure. Context can be a little bit hard, but yeah, the other one also said read. Let's see what happens when I read this text. I don't know. It just sounds like
blank. My name. Title bar. Blank. My. Hope this works. How are you? Are you enjoying this video? Do you like how I ask many questions? Should I write another question? Narrator is great. It is improving so much. And these voices are amazing too. How are you?
Oh, let's
blank.
see
How are
here.
you? Are you enjoying this video? Cap H Hotel. How are you? Are you enjoying this video? Do you like how I ask many questions? Should I write another question? Narrator is great. It is improving so much.
it is improving. Like
Blank.
some of these
How
are
are-
very high pitched.
Cap H Hotel. How are you? Are you enjoying this video? Do you like how I ask many questions? Should I write another question? Narrator is great. It is improving so much. And blank. Blank. My name is Nimer. Cap and Mike.
I think
My
this
name
is
is Nimer.
set. There
This is
we
a
go.
test. I am hoping this works well. Let's see what happens when I read this text.
Let's see what happens when I read this text. I don't know. The inflections are just very strange. Otherwise, a similar feedback that I gave about the other voices. And that context, I don't know if there's a way to get narrator to understand a little bit better the context between read and read. Like I might say I read.
Blank. My name. Cap and
Let's
hope
see what
that
the
works
exact
well. Here.
sentence
Let's
is.
see.
I probably don't have great feedback on that, and there's probably not a better way to do this.
What hap when cap read this text period text that recap when hap what see let's see what hap when cap read
Let's see what happens when I read
This
this text. Now, if I move by word navigation, this actually is correct,
this read cap
which is interesting to me that it's choosing read over read when I use word navigation. But when I just have it read, doing a read all, or read from cursor to the end of the document, insert down arrow or caps lock down arrow. Anyway, when I do that, it's saying read. I would like to see some consistency there about whether it's choosing read or read. The right one in this case is read. I can see how it might be read depending on the context. It wouldn't necessarily know that, but I think it should be more consistent. So if the idea is to use read, then read should be used when navigating by word as well. And if the idea is read, then it should be, that way when not using Word navigation. Otherwise, I'm really enjoying these voices. I think that especially the Jenny is a better voice.
Show all
And
settings.
really think that it's an improvement over one core.
Choose a voice. Open. But choose a voice. Microsoft Jenny. Natural. English. United States.
There we
One of
go. Let's get back to her. And yeah, so I think that's all the feedback that I have about these.
Rich edit.
Let me go into the
StreamYard.com is
stop the screen
Hi, StreamYard.
share. There we go. And I will look to see if there's any comments. I doubt there's any comments this time of night, but who knows? Oh, looks like there's 3 of you watching. Well, thank you if you are watching this. Appreciate you. That is excellent. Definitely appreciate you. And let's see. Let's get down to the comments here. Austin. Hi, Austin. Let's look at your comments. You say, hi, hello to you. Does Narrator have acapella TTS? No, it does not have acapella TTS. But I don't know if you can install acapella as a sappy voice or not. I haven't looked into it. I think that you probably can. Maybe. But you certainly can use it with NVDA. There's an acapella add-on for NVDA. Certainly there is that. But I'm not really sure about Narrator. I'm sorry. Do you have natural Microsoft SAM? Microsoft SAM, I think no. That was an XP voice, right? Let's see. Yeah, the ones in Windows 10, Windows 11 is David. So no, Windows SAM is gone. How can a deafblind person using a screen reader? They can't use a screen reader unless they're also using a braille display. I should say that depends on the level of hearing loss. But if someone is truly deafblind, they're not necessarily using a screen reader. Well, they are, but they're using it as the interface with a braille display. So they are using a screen reader, but it has to be through braille. So there we go. And yep, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this stream now. I want to thank everybody for watching this. It's intended to be some quick feedback about these voices and let you hear a little bit of a demo. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, feel free to leave them in the comments. If you like the video, hit the like. Feel free to share it, subscribe, tweet it, snack chap it, and we'll see you all next time. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.